It is indeed my honor and privilege to introduce the Governor of the great state of Hawaii, the Honorable Neil Abercrombie, for the opening keynote address, Transforming Government in the New Day. Please join me in giving me a big round of applause and a warm aloha to our Governor.
Oh, terrific. Thank you. Mahalo nui. Mahalo nui. Thank you very much. Aloha, everybody. I really want to follow up on what Sonny said there about aloha and what we can expect today. Although I do notice that Sonny said at the end, please give me a big round of applause as he introduced the governor. And actually he deserves it. Let me tell you something. Hasn't Sonny absolutely been terrific? Sonny, stand up. Come on. There you go. He's been absolutely marvelous in putting this all together. We had a conversation now months, it's going into years now, ago, coming from D.C., as he said, with the idea of this very, from his point of view, terrific opportunity. Because when I first learned that he might be willing to come out and consider being the Chief Information Officer, which of course we lacked utterly. And I said, why would you possibly want to do it? Wasn't that a great opening for a conversation about trying to get somebody? Why would you possibly want to do this? And I said, the best that I can figure out, having assumed the responsibility as governor, is that we're at least 3 decades behind. That we have people all over the state, and I was just speaking about the state at the moment, I said, who have actually become incredible experts at communication and information technology, because not everybody, there's not a whole lot of other people in the country that are used to working with weighing computers every day and making them work. I said we can't get Internet Geek Incorporated to come out and deal with anything that says we can't fix this stuff. This was I thought maybe we could go to work for the CIA or something. No one could break the code that was being used all across the state. And he said at that time that's precisely why he was interested in the job, because we were going to start almost literally from scratch. And what we were going to do is synthesize everything that had been learned to this point, and to take advantage of the incredible capacity of our public employees in particular. For those of you who are here from industry and perhaps have, from your point of view, a pretty good system set up right now of communication, I can tell you that public employees in the various departments of the state and the counties have been operating under the most adverse conditions, literally siloed into their departments or divisions, not because they wished to do that, nor that they thought that that was the professional way of dealing with the conditions and circumstances, the individuals' programs and proposals that they have to come to grips with, but because they were forced into it. We had not made any significant investment at all in terms of information technology per se, and we certainly hadn't even begun to move towards integrating any kind of horizontal communication capacity within the state. And so with the help of foundations and the support of Pierre Omidyar and a community nonprofit capacity in the state, they took a chance on us. I said that I was totally committed to it. I went to members of the legislature, I reached out to the business community, the labor community, and others, and said, we need to make a complete commitment here. I think there was some a skepticism about it because we hadn't done it to this point, and it seemed like such a gigantic undertaking. The plain fact is that we have not seriously invested in technology for more than 30 years. And that putting the state behind the ability to provide efficient services, ensure information security, prepare for disaster recovery. For our good friends that just came from Michigan, John, for example, let me tell you, just a couple of weeks ago, we had a tsunami warning. There was an earthquake off of the west coast, Washington, Canada, Vancouver area, and we were directly in the line of a possible tsunami, and at that time, the preparation I had to make was that we might have as high as a 7-foot wave hit directly into Oahu. It turned out not to be that, because nature is in control, obviously, and we lucked out on that one. But that's the kind of thing that we have to be prepared for. That's the kind of technology. And our capacity to communicate statewide, we had about 2 hours' notice. And so if anything pointed up the necessity of transparency in communication and the capacity to communicate almost instantaneously across a broad spectrum, it's that kind of a warning that comes. The cost of not investing in this initiative will be much more costly in the long run. Just even where our data systems are right now. They're all in flood zones and in tsunami zones right now. Everything, all the data that we have. So we understood this. If we can't deliver programs and services to the public the way we want to, I was hit with that when some of you know I was a probation officer in my past life and dealt in areas that affect foster children and child support, all those kinds of individually sometimes tragic circumstances, difficult to address and address comprehensively. If you just take just as an example a foster child, you may be dealing with the judiciary. You may be dealing with the Department of Human Services, the Department of Health, certainly the Department of Education. You may be dealing with the Department of Labor. So you need to have a ubiquitous capacity for people who have responsibility and obligations in their professional life as public servants to be able to communicate with one another. Not just in terms of speed, in terms of quickness or capacity, but literally to be able to make judgments with respect to lives that are in their care and under their jurisdiction. These are the kind of things that we're unprepared to do right now. So I found it very, very interesting that you'll be having a statement from Steve Van Ronkel from the White House very, very soon. And he speaks about a citizen-centric capacity for public service. There is, not just in Hawaii, but throughout the country now, throughout the nation, a kind of cynicism about government. I've said to some of the young people that I speak to recently, I'm going to be doing a graduation speech at HPU fairly soon, and I'm going to talk about this. There's an idea now that the government doesn't work, or that we're indifferent, or that the government is the enemy. I said, probably the worst thing that happened to us domestically was the fall of the Soviet Empire in 1989. At least then there was some, if you're looking for villains, if you're looking for an excuse to find the other and the enemy, well, we had it. It was Soviet communism writ large. And when that fell apart, we had to find a new enemy. So what we decided to do is attack public employees all over the country. We decided that they were the cause of all our difficulties now. And as a public employee, I want to tell you that we don't have that attitude, at least not in this administration. I can assure you, quite the opposite. What we have is, in order to have a citizen-centric democracy, which is what the United States of America is and what the state of Hawaii is all about, then we have to have participants, the capacity of the citizenry to be able to participate and feel a sense of connection. And so what you folks are here today, and the reason I'm as enthusiastic about making these opening remarks as I am is I see you as the catalytic agents. You are representative here of your colleagues and all across the state whether it's in private business or in the public realm. You represent today the change agents that we need to have. From this day forward, from this moment forward, from this meeting today, what comes out of these meetings is what I'm going to be taking to the legislature. I'm going to ask all of you to be acolytes in this and to be participants, to take it to your messages to your legislators individually and in terms of committees, in terms of your capacity to participate as free men and women in a free society, and say, this is where we need to go. We know how to do the job. We know what our obligations and responsibilities are. We're dedicated, we're professional, we understand it, we're ready to go. Give us the means to do it. And that's what this is going to be all about. Information technology, not the object. In other words, I'm not focusing on the hardware and the software per se. It is not the object. The object of the whole IT concept, the whole idea of information of the CIO office and what it's all about, is communication, its comprehension, its capacity, and its collaboration. I really honestly believe that. That's what it's all about. We don't have that opportunity right now, not because we don't seek it or we don't know anything about it or we haven't thought about having it. It's because we literally have been prevented from being able to implement it and to put together a context that's going to enable everybody in this room and your colleagues and friends and coworkers to be able to accomplish this. And if we can do it, and when we do it, I shouldn't say if, because we're going to do it. But when we do it, you are going to be the change agents in this. Now, as I say, there's been a natural hesitancy about this because the investment simply hasn't been made. But one thing I've learned for sure on the chief executive side of the desk, as opposed to the legislative and some of the other areas that I've worked in over the past 4 decades, is that a change agent makes all the difference. There has to be unity of purpose. And what I'm hoping will take place today, as the rest of the programs and the workshops and all the rest of it that take place today, is that there'll be a unity of purpose there that will overcome the skepticism. We want to transform talk into action. Everybody can agree with most of what will be said today. The question in everybody's mind is, are we actually going to do it? We have a game plan for that, and that's going to be coming forward today. You are the catalysts for all of this. You are the catalysts, and I want to work with you and to be a colleague with you in accomplishing this. This is what needs to be done. This will yank us into the 21st century capacity. So today, in my judgment, is a call for action. The transformation has begun. It will take some time, yes, but it won't be that long if we are actively engaged in it. As a matter of fact, that will, I believe, create its own sense of energy that will carry us forward. If we all work collaboratively in this, I think that we can get that communication, the comprehension generally as to what is possible, and the capacity to do it. We're all in this together. Every Hawaii resident will benefit from this transformation, and it will be transgenerational as well. We will be setting the standard, providing the foundation and platform starting from today, from this meeting, that will literally transform Hawaii. I couldn't be happier to be a part of it, to be working with you. I could not be happier to say that by working together we can accomplish this mission. This can be done. Part of the real difficulties with so much of what we've been dealing with in the IT area is that we know what to do. We've even made some bits and pieces, strides along the way, but we don't really see a comprehensive, integrated completion of where we want to go. I was talking to Sonny yesterday about broadband, for example, and I think he got a little upset with me, but I kept saying, okay, what exactly do we need to do? What's the next steps for me? I mean, that's what my job is. My job is to keep pushing. And I can see people out there saying, you're telling me, when are you going to, give us a break a little bit? on this. But that's exactly, you give me the game plan, I'll keep pushing. Everybody here knows, one thing, I'm relentless. You know, there's no question that I'm committed. And part of the reason I'm committed is I want to thank you. But Sonny has been giving me reports, the staff has been giving me reports, briefing me all along. Every single department, every single division, individuals within those departments has participated in this. That's why everybody's here today. I said to Sonny, well, who's going to come to this? You know, is everybody will say, God, just another thing that we're going to go to and it'll disappear into the ether. And he said, no, he said, I think we're going to have 600 or 700 people tomorrow. And really, it made my heart sing a little bit. I said, really? I said, yeah. He said, people believe. They actually believe that they were not taken advantage of, that they didn't come in and express to us what exactly needed to be done and how it was going to work. One of the things that told me is that we're on the right track. And the reason I know that is, I don't know whether some of you got an opportunity to read the New York Times this past weekend, but one of the key articles here the headline is "Billion Dollar Flop, Air Force Stumbles on Software Plan." It caught my attention because some of you may know that when I was in Congress for those 2 decades, I was, for a period of time, the chair of the Armed Services Committee on the Army and the Air Force, the Air and Land Committee. So everything having to do with the Air Force in terms of budgets and programs and so on came through my committee. And one of the things that I was concerned about was whether or not we could talk to one another, whether not just the Air Force. I'm not just picking on the Air Force. It just happens to demonstrate what I wanted to wind up my remarks with. This happens all across the DoD and across so much of activity and enterprise across the nation today, is they couldn't talk with one another. They could not communicate with one another. They could not operate on a horizontal basis. Everything was vertically siloed, and people were kept apart from one another. It starts off the story by saying, in policy circles, problems that are mind-bogglingly difficult or impossible to solve are formally termed wicked. That's the thing, the phrase that is used. I see some smiles here because you're apparently using the same phrase yourself to address the problem. The whole point of the article is that after the expenditure of billions of dollars, the Air Force has given up. They can't do it. Things still stay segmented. People still haven't bought in. There is still skepticism and cynicism to the degree that people are hunkering down and actually resisting getting involved for fear that it's not going to work out. It has not been, the software initiative was originally called the Expeditionary Combat Support System. It was supposed to manage logistics for the Air Force. And they started out with hundreds of millions of dollars, got into the billions of dollars. The point here is that there was one main citation as to why this effort failed. And I think it's the one thing that we have avoided from the beginning. And it is the one thing that is represented here in this room today. We are going in the right direction for the right reasons with the right people, and we are not going to have that flop outcome. The report that came on why this has failed, even though this had been a priority for the Air Force for 15 years, that more than $5.8 billion had been spent to this point, it recommended that the department suspend deployment of all new systems until further reviews were completed. We're talking 15 years and almost $6 billion, and it didn't work. Why? The report cited the main one was a failure to meet a basic requirement for successful implementation. Quote, having a single accountable leader who has the authority and willingness to exercise the authority to enforce all necessary changes to do the business required for successful fielding of the software. I'm going to repeat that. A single accountable leader who has the authority and willingness to exercise the authority to enforce all necessary changes to the business required for successful fielding of the software. I am telling you here today, through all of the information that has come through the CIO's office for the Chief Information Officer's office, what did not go there to be stopgapped or to be dammed up. It has flowed through and flowed back to you up to today, and is coming back to you today. And I'm here to tell you that we are going to have this authority centered on the question of seeing to it that our IT moves forward, that our information technology moves forward on a comprehensive, integrated basis. We are going to take all of the innovation that you've brought to the forefront, that you've shared with us to this point, and we're going to act on it. I guarantee you we are not going to run into the situation that even an organization as competent and as professional and as dedicated as the Air Force has run into. We're going to succeed. We're going to succeed because of what the video talked about, because of our aloha spirit, because our divisions, our diversity does not divide us, it unites us. The diversity of talent, the diversity of professionalism, the diversity of dedication in this room, the diversity of background that exists in this room, the foundation of knowledge that we have in this room is such that I know we're going to succeed. We're going to pull all this together starting today, and we're going to succeed. Hawaii is going to lead the 21st century in IT. Hawaii is going to lead with the aloha spirit. That aloha spirit is going to come through. I'm counting on you, and I can tell you, you can count on me. Thank you very, very much.